Alright, what's up, y'all? This your boy Phil of Dusk Enterprises. I got you Ace Attorney Trilogy today. We're gonna go right into it. This is case 4. Episode 4, Turnabout Beginnings. The girl. Let her go? What? Oh! Hi, Keto. Thanks for putting points into the T-Rex Burger Challenge. The Maya Defense Fund. Oh my word. Shut up! Come close and I kill her! What? What? Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Oh. Good luck, nerd. Aw, thanks, Keto. This might suck. I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Fugitive data. Picture. Terry Falls. Charged kidnapping and murder. Death penalty! After escaping, Falls met with and then murders Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, recaptured on Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after his escape. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. Six years earlier, Mia Fey, first trial. February 16, 9:24 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. I'm so nervous, I feel like I'm going to die. I never should have accepted this case. Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia.
I didn't do nothing, I swear I didn't kill nobody.
Terry Falls, my first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk and try to relax him. So why did you escape anyway? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
I didn't do nothing, I didn't kill nobody. I never lie, I didn't escape from nowhere.
But Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago.
Sorry, I told a little lie.
Oh boy.
Well, anyway, I didn't do it, I never killed nobody.
Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? I'm really sorry.
They sentenced me to die 5 years ago. I was tricked, I tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear, I didn't kill her. I could never do that.
2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. Then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. The police believe that Terry Falls did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman?
Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped.
So that much is true. He did meet with the victim.
Well, I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive, it's true.
I can trust him, right? I mean, I should. Oh. You're not going to figure out the truth by just staring at the guy. Why are you here? I came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big, scary lion's den. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Where is Mr. Grossberg? That old man's probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando. I didn't say. So, Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me. No, no, no. You got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. Enjoy the ads. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine, an escaped death row convict for a first client. Yeah, thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it, though. Relax, I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. Really? However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since beginning his law career. Genius? What? It's about time to head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time. Font has changed. Yeah, it looks weird. Attorney badge. Ooh. Valerie's autopsy report. Stabbed with a knife in the back. Died from blood loss between 4 and 5 p.m. Really? My client sentenced to death 5 years ago. Police officer and victim. The key witness in the case against Falls 5 years ago. She died at 23? Wow. Hotshot lawyer, my senior in rival office. A bit smug. 27 years old. I think the change scares me. Aw. A solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the worst, the loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple, childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. Oops, I forgot. Did say February? Yeah, 10 a.m. It's the whole shebang. What? Oh, different judge. Let me see. I gotta find the voice.
Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Falls.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. I understand the lawyers for both sides are newcomers.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey.
Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. So you're the new prosecutor everyone is talking about, huh? They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. Mythical run back at... Nah, that's you, Jericho.
Hello, Jericho. How you doing? How's work? Eye emoji.
At 20, Your Honor. I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, huh?
Mia, you can't lose. Not to someone younger than you.
20 years old. Young people running a trial. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon. Is that correct?
Precisely.
But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day the defendant escaped, the policewoman was murdered.
So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death?
You got it, kitten. Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement.
Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago.
The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court.
It says so on the envelope. What you mean? Let's go on. Guy seemed like a douche. Sir Jack, hello. Thanks for putting points towards the T-Rex Burger Challenge, as well as Jericho.
His crimes were kidnapping,
extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. A truly horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct, but in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony. Why you gotta point like Funk Harma? Why you gotta do that? A witness's testimony. Let's all go to McDonald's and ask for a T-Rex or a burger. The look on the worker's face will be awesome. Okay, Sir Jack. Can't take you nowhere. The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. So Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away. That policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be exactly the victim. The same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Aha, I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago, with only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Ah, the truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty. Wait a minute, that's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor. Watch yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure I care for your word choice or your tone of voice. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. Okay, Edgeworth. That's crazy. What? You're even younger than me, you hypocrite. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. I call the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case. The gumshoe? What? Ain't no way. And his coat isn't dirty. That's crazy. Witness, state your name and occupation. Gumshoe, the Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide detective in charge of the case, sir. I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago. Homicide detective in charge of the initial investigation. Still new to his position. What's up, Mr. Coolix? I don't believe anyone asked you about that. Hey, ma'am, you got any idea how much work it takes? What is it? You're really gorgeous. Excuse me? No, seriously, my heart is aching for you. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Just got off work. Nice. Oh, okay, I got it. Now, detective, tell us about the incident. Yes, sir, right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran on the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. That much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. Yes, sir, I got you. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map, the area here. Excuse me. This is a sketch of the Dusky Bridge at Dusk mentioned. That's crazy. An old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir. I see. Bridge located 40 feet above Eagle River. 40 feet? Oh my god, bro. So you telling me big man here threw little 14-year-old girl allegedly, even though he's allegedly, he threw the girl off 40 feet from the bridge into the river. Damn, that's gnarly. The victim's blood found on the bridge. The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor, if you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me as though I were some hoser. Detective, proceed with your testimony. Yes, sir. Here we go, Mia. Hang on. Okay, now listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me, and get ready. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. That's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with a cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination, coming right up. Hey, settle down there, kitten. You keep trembling like that, and you're gonna make me spill my coffee. I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here. The courtroom can be a cold battlefield, alright? Especially for a beginner. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean, the defendant, the witness, everyone's a beginner in here. You got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got, kitten. It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all last night watching. This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls. What? The defendant? The defendant called her. Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls. A note? Yeah, top secret memo that she left in her desk. According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls. Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me? Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. It's that detective's fault. He's the one that said unknown person. Hey now, don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to. Was that a trap? With that cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. February 14th, 1:21 p.m. Falls, 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Wear white scarf for identification. Excuse me. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Wow. Okay. A bridge up in the mountains. But why meet there? Because it is a very important place to the defendant, that's why. What do you mean by that? If you remember, 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped the young girl. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed his hostage. And the place where all of this occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge. The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Falls. Returning to the scene of the crime. How nostalgic. Was the body of the victim discovered right away? Yeah, we were really on the ball. We found the criminal within 1 hour of the murder. It was great. We even got to say, don't move. We got you surrounded. Wait a second. Isn't there something weird about that? The location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains. So how did they find out about the crime so quickly? Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right? If that's what had happened, then she wouldn't have been killed. She never mentioned the phone call from Mr. Falls, but she left a note on her desk about it. If only I'd noticed earlier, maybe she'd still be alive. I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone. Mr. Falls had a car then? Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? What? You mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything? This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk. Jesus Christ, they fit her whole body in there? Naturally, that's the body of Valley Hawthorne in there. Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable. CFA, Master Attorney. This is her in her first trial. I'm surprised she can hold it together, but maybe that's just the way that she was taught. Big eye emoji. The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct? Yeah. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. We're talking about a woman here. You can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm. The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? There is... What did the defendant have to say about this photo? What he always says, ma'am. I didn't do it. I didn't do nothing. That's all he says. Nothing? Phew, I wouldn't say he did nothing. At the very least, we know he stole a car. It's just what he always says, Your Honor. Then he always says... sorry, I told a little lie. Or something like that. Well, in any case, it seems he was caught and arrested. Precisely. That certainly is some impressive police work. Well, no, actually, it was way too close for comfort. We set up that checkpoint just after 5 p.m. We figured that Mr. Falls might just try to run. What do you mean it was too close for comfort? Hey, how are you? Hello, Evelyn, 3027. How are you doing? I'm doing all right. The two of them arranged to meet at 4:30 p.m. And it takes approximately 30 minutes to go from the bridge to the checkpoint. That was kind of close. Anyway, any later, and Mr. Falls could have slipped right by. Listen up, kitten. There's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony. A trap? Walk into it carelessly and it'll leave more than just a flesh wound. Fun, huh? No, it's not. Well, if you want to have any chance at all, you better get some more information. If you're going to get caught in a trap, it's best to get caught early. You can always look for contradiction afterwards. Ever-famous contradictions. I sure hope I can find some of those. How's my stream going? It's going alright. Actually, it's not that long that we started. Let's see. Blah, blah. That's where she was. Brutally murdered, sir. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, we saved there. I think there is something wrong with the car, so I'm gonna present the photo. Oh, what? That's lame. There's... bro, do you not see that the trunk was broken into when he had the key? That's crazy. Okay. Okay, now maybe I'm overthinking it. No! What is this, bro? It's gotta be that statement. It's gotta be this one. Oh, okay. Okay, it's this piece of evidence. Alright, so... Okay, so here's the logic. What other games do you usually play? I just play RPGs in general. So, I just play whatever I find fun. But mainly RPGs. Okay, stabbed with a knife in the back. Died from blood loss between 4... Okay, so my thought was, when I first saw this photo, I thought there was blood in the... There's no blood in the trunk. Or at least it doesn't show, you know, all that. I mean, we could say that the knife was a plug for a while, and, you know, a lot of blood didn't seep out. And then, when I saw this, obviously, you see that the trunk is busted up there, right? Like, it looked like it was broken into. Why would he have to break into that when he has a key? You know... Other than that, I think this is what they're looking for. Because they're saying you gotta wear a white scarf for identification. So it's gotta be this one. So I guessed twice, guessed wrong. So it gotta be this. Witness. What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye? I'm sorry. I totally forgot what I was going to say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that. You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Say there, little kitten, want a piece of my coffee candy? Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. Oh, come on, Mia, shake it off. You're a lawyer. Detective? Yes, ma'am. This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim. The note? It very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like, thus this special request. I have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, man. And you stopped there? You should have looked for it. Oh! The caller told her to wear it, to identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you were searching so desperately for. Is it this one, perchance? Oh. Where do you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. So you mean you tampered with the crime scene?
What? Why? Why did you tell me?
I made a decision to keep all the pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. That hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white as the color requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. It looks like it was spent some time in the mud. Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth, he was intentionally hiding that scarf this whole time. The court will accept the scarf into evidence. Worn by the victim at the time of the incident, found on Dusky Bridge. Now, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is all right with you, isn't it, Miss Fay? Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck. Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively, and with hard evidence, that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on that bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. Everything is moving at his whim. Don't forget, kitten, there's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. A genius, huh?
But does he know Bofa, though? You know who Bofa is? Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off.
Looking at this photo, you really get the sense that this bridge is very high up. It is about 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party. Ha! A potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom?
Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify.
The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. I'm not sure how I feel about that. As you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now. Zavari, whatever. Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Not again. That's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean, Did we get the picture? Yeah, we did. The victim is wearing a scarf in that photo, alright? So, about the witness who took this photo. What was this person doing all the way in the mountains?
She was taking pictures of wild flowers, apparently.
There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain, Miss Fay. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there.
Spirits? Now that you mention it, this photo. This cloudy fog-like thing. Is it a ghost? I don't believe it. No, Your Honor, no. I don't think it's a ghost.
Drizzling, huh?
That's right. There was a light rain coming down. The whole place was dreary. Not as dreary as the mood that it's in this courtroom right now. Looks like a cold front just moved in.
In any case, the point is that the area was quite damp. There was even some fog.
I even slipped and fell while I was on the bridge. It was really something.
Is that part of the witness testimony as well?
Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back. She fell down right on her stomach.
I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal. Brutal. Not brutal. Brutal. Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Or does it mean that you push someone down like that once? With his mind-boggling tales and the way he said brutal, I wonder if he's Canadian. He's Canadian. Yeah. Save your nasty look for the right person. Huh? Take a look. Poor baby. The court record seems to have wet itself. Hey, watch where you spill your coffee. Court record, huh? Can't really see it in the photo. I mean, you can't really see any dirt on her coat. That's where I'm probably thinking there. So in other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh?
That's what the witness said. Well, it looks like she didn't remember about the squash. From what she said, it sounded like a pretty violent fight, ma'am.
The area was wet from rain. The bridge was probably wet too, which would explain why the scarf was all covered in mud, but there's something about this testimony that's still bothering me. Talk about a surprise. I had no idea there was a photo. So, what do I do?
You really still believe in him? Mr. Crybaby, I mean?
Of course I do.
So the little kitten believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. What you believe is the truth, and that means that somewhere hidden in that testimony is a contradiction. One huge contradiction, waiting to be discovered. That's your chance. Okay, I'm gonna save that one. I don't really trust this trial enough. Not that I don't feel confident in some of the abilities of my own. It's just one little thing could mean plenty of things.
There we are. So at the time of the crime, there was a little drizzle coming down, correct?
Yeah, fog too. Just a generally soggy atmosphere.
Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere.
But this is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk.
Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right.
Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. What is it about this photo of the trunk that doesn't fit with the conditions that day?
That one. Naturally, the answer is right here.
The victim's coat? As far as I can see, there is nothing strange about it.
That's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on the top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud.
Oh, we got edge work. Ooh, let's go. That's exactly right. The other day, I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled.
I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day.
However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy.
If Your Honor had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal league, would be wet, but not muddy. Unfortunately, I've yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? The surface of the bridge, huh? A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this. Neither would a real woman. Of course I can. Here is the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. Wait. It's gotta be the scarf. Might it bake them away, toys? Jesus Christ. It was muddy on the bridge. I mean, there's two answers to this. It's the scarf, or it was the witness photo. So I'm thinking it's the scarf. The evidence is this scarf. Oh! It should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud. No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo. Hey, same to you, buddy. Oh my god. You just call me a bimbo? That's crazy. Miss Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? Huh? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we? Alright. It's not like he's really giving me a choice here. You're doing pretty well for a little kitten. Mr. Armando, no matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. Oh boy! It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence. It's one of those three. What you said just now. I'm not sure I like that. That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over here that said it. This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is. Yes. The false evidence in this case is the body in the trunk, witness testimony. Body in the trunk. Well, I'm thinking one of these three can't exist. So it's gonna be, well, the body in the trunk is just, it's gonna be what it is. But then it comes down to witness photo and witness testimony. Because allegedly she see this, you know, the murder or something. This is just a photo. So I'm gonna say a testimony. It is a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Yeah, that's what the witness told us. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That's true. It's not just true, it's the truth. There was a truly decisive witness in this case. I'm certain that boy Wonder over there would have called them in the first place. Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all. You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. Are you sure? We are prepared to present our eyewitness, or our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time.
What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth?
Now, let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes.
This is it, Mia. The battle begins here.
Witness, what is your name and occupation? What? Not the butterflies, come on now.
Everyone is so silent that I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter.
Oh. Look at you. How can I put it? You look as scrumptious as a double-double and a dozen donut holes. That's crazy! Not a double-double from Tim Hortons. That's crazy. And I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down the verdict just to have a bite. Yeah, that's... Man, get this judge off this. Crazy. That's some crazy work.
Hey, not so fast.
As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Fay, you could learn a lot from this man.
If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir?
Yes, my dear?
This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause.
Ugh, get her off the stand. They don't even show her profile yet? Whatever. Not at all. It's no trouble at all.
Now then, may we please have your name and occupation? My name is, Melissa Foster.
Sure it is! Sure, Melissa Foster, sure!
I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department.
You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct?
And you were the one who took this photo? Is that accurate? How can you be so mean?
Now see here, what are you doing shoving that in her face like that?
But it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous.
Next time I'll be forced to penalize you. What the fuck, bro? We're just asking a question.
Uh-oh, I don't like the turn this has taken. Is she staring at me? And you would be? Huh? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Fay. I see. So you are...
Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best.
Shut your ass up. Get your ass off the stand. We know you guilty. It's gotta be. We learned this from case 1.
I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then I noticed there were 2 people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment.
This is the crucial moment they started fighting? What do you mean? They're just standing there.
And right after that, I called the police.
Sure. By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? I believe the map would be of help here.
I was standing right over here. I was standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs.
Sure. So you took the photo from that location, huh?
I brought the camera I was using at that time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to.
Ho ho ho, what a cute camera. Just like its owner. Melissa Foster took the witness's photo with this, a small but powerful model. Alright then, Miss Faye, time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again, and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel. Bro. Alright.
Was there anything strange about the two of them? I'm a bad girl, I know I am. It looked like they were having a really serious conversation up there, so I decided to watch them, like some kind of peeping Tom.
No, not at all. Everyone is like that. I love watching other people fight too. In fact, I can't get enough of it. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place.
Too much info, Your Honor?
In any case, it's perfectly natural for you to have kept watching them, especially dressed as they were.
Well, anyway, I was watching them very closely.
Do you have any idea
What they were fighting about? No. I have no idea. Why have you asked?
why you asked that, sorry?
Oh, I just thought that maybe you overheard what they said.
Oh my god, not the tears.
I would never eavesdrop. I've got more class than that.
That's right, Miss Faye, don't drag the witness down to your level. Ugh. What are you doing? What do you mean? She lying. She fucking lying.
Why did you take a photo? Well, the two of them were really going at it. Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a news reporter. Guess that part of me just kind of took over.
Smells like a lie to me. Yes, I completely understand. Even though I can't completely abandon my boyhood dreams, I still use my grandson to test my comedy routines on.
So, he wanted to be a comedian, huh? Not that it has any bearing on this. All I could do was to use my camera. So I took the photo of the crucial moment and gave it to the police.
Sure.
You called the police? Yes, because it looked to me like the murderer was going to try to escape.
We were already moving before the call even came in. Thanks to the victim's note, we had already started our operation. That was certainly tough luck for the criminal, huh?
If Terry Falls isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony.
Be careful, kitten. The girl has a judge wrapped right around her little finger. You're going to have a tough time poking holes in that testimony of hers.
You're going to have to come up with something really good, Mia.
Two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Really?
Witness, when you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I could see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see...
The photo we presented was the only one there was.
But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it.
My apologies, young lady. Miss Faye's assertions is not without a certain amount of merit.
He can certainly downplay a situation, can't he? I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up. The film, I mean.
You ran out of film?
This photo was the last one.
What? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are of the witness herself, playing among the wild flowers.
The witness herself? Then who took the photos? Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it. So you took photos of yourself?
I remember taking some photos of myself once too.
Please, no details.
It seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all.
Wait, just a minute.
Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, huh? It has a timer function? Are you sure it isn't just a digital camera and not a film camera, though? Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo. Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet.
Very well then, let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed.
Yes, Mr. Judge. Boy, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk.
Looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention.
Yeah, it's sickening.
Are you sure? Are you sure though? Why would she run that way though? Huh? Why would she run that way though? I caught her.
Witness, your testimony is a joke. Huh? What? But I just...
Miss Faye, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry.
Oh boy. One short testimony and two bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse.
You say there were 2 contradictions?
It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the two of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then...
She would have hit a dead end.
You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have ran even 5. Because Dusky Bridge is collapsed on that side.
What does all this mean?
It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it.
Oh. This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court?
Just a moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram.
What did you say?
What are you referring to? It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So, you're saying? I'm saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident. Are you telling me this bridge map is outdated?
That's ridiculous.
You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. Mmm. That guy is good.
Huh? What do you mean?
He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, all right. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy.
What? That coward.
Well, Miss Fay, it seems you've once again made a reckless accusation.
I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself.
No. It wasn't your fault at all. Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish, once and for all, what it was that the witness actually saw. Indeed. All right, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony?
But it's so hard to go on.
We're all on your side, Miss Foster. There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw.
Yes, sir. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge.
Really? That's from what I heard.
I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw.
Sure. Witnessing such violence must have been difficult.
Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up.
If he accepts this testimony as it is, we're finished.
Don't say that.
Oh, well. Maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. And make a really great mocha latte.
This trial isn't over yet.
That's what I like to hear. All right, Miss Fay, your cross-examination, if you please.
The contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on the attack.
Sure. If I know where to go. Really? With the ball and chain in his hand?
Are you saying that the victim didn't fall down on the bridge? Actually, maybe she did fall.
Of course she didn't fall down on the bridge. If she had fallen down, this photo wouldn't have made any sense. If that was the case, her coat would have been all muddy.
If you don't mind, I was asking the witness.
Ugh, no need to be so rude. Well, young lady?
Of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could.
We're one step too slow. And then what did the defendant do after that? Then he carried her over to the... You personally witnessed that? Oh, sorry. I did the Phoenix voice. Sorry.
Oh. Yes. Did anything strange happen when he did that? Well, I don't know if you'd call it strange or not. That's when the victim's scarf fell off.
You mean this scarf? Her words match what we found at the scene. I don't see any problem.
You mean the defendant carried the body all by himself? Yes.
Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think it would be difficult.
Yes, but let's remember they were on a narrow bridge that was ready to collapse. Is it even possible for him to have carried a dead body on a bridge like that?
Well, the fact of the matter is that he did. That kind of talk is just silly.
Wow, why did he get so emotional all of a sudden?
Miss Faye, if you think there's some other possibility, please share it with the rest of us. It's gotta be this statement.
Why do you say that? It's already a broken down bridge, hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would be going overboard, wouldn't it? Yes, but that mountain is famous among hikers. A surprising number of people go up there. But it's February, right? And it was raining that day, correct? There's also a small temple and a channeling dojo there. You know those monks, they just love cold, isolated places.
I think the witness is trying to say that the corpse could have been found at any time. Besides, the witness is merely reporting that what she witnessed with her own eyes. Enjoy the ads.
And you're absolutely certain that it was my client who was carrying the body? Well, he was wearing a prisoner's uniform, but as for his face...
You're saying you didn't get a clear look at his face.
Well, they were far away and it was raining as well. I thought I was only supposed to say exactly what I saw.
Excellent! You're a remarkably honest young woman.
Something about this testimony is bothering me, but what?
Hey, kitten. Have you ever put salt in your coffee?
No, why would I?
Why not?
Huh?
It may actually go better with coffee than sugar, right? Listen, my point is if you're not sure, you might as well add a ton of salt to it. It might bring out the rust in something, like a piece of evidence.
He's right, Mia. Go present something. You've got nothing to lose.
By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. The two don't go well, after all. It's gotta be the river.
Killer not wanting his victim to be found. I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found.
Well, what is it?
Take another look at the map of the area, and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river.
For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. Ah!
In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murders were to occur at that same point, or same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water.
Order! Order, order! I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye, but I must admit it does seem odd not to have thrown the body into the river. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? How sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature.
What are you talking about?
My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. Miss Faye, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all.
But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous.
Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. That's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us. Please, witness, go on with your testimony.
I'll try.
All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again.
Who is he talking about? All right, I'll do my best.
Ugh.
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. But why would you have to do that, though? What did the man do then? Well, naturally, he got in the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. I said to myself, you have to call the police.
And so that's when you called the police?
You're sure that you saw all that with your own eyes? Yes, I'm 100% certain.
How could you see that, though? You were standing... She has good vision. How could you see that though? She's standing wherever she's standing by Eagle River, wherever they're saying the words are at. That's where she's standing. How could she see that from there? Ain't no way, bro. I don't believe that shit for a moment, but I don't think so.
Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time. Done what? Made a crucial mistake.
A crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye?
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes? Yes, and... It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car, this outcropping of rock is directly in the way. That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not have possibly seen the killer's car.
I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car.
That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine. I'm so sorry, but that doesn't wash.
That just doesn't wash. There.
I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge. The outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff.
Ah!
Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff, but still you claim to have been able to see the killer's car.
We got her. She like, no! But we got her. We got, yes! You cooked!
Order! Order in the court? What is the meaning of all this ballyhoo?
Ballyhoo. Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it.
That means she unreliable witness!
But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes.
Oh!
Mr. Judge?
What is it?
I think I must have remembered things wrong. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that.
Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. But how could you see the trunk was busted, though? How would you know that detail?
Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, to forgive divine.
I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. You down bad! You better stop! How old is 19? Judge, you down bad. I don't know what to tell you, bro. You need to stop that.
That's not fair.
Save the tears for later, kitten.
Mr. Armando.
Don't look back until the trial is over. Now's the time to go forward.
But that wasn't fair.
Okay, kitten, you need to relax. And you need to remember the other kitten's testimony.
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there.
So tell me, how does she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk?
Aha.
Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom.
Oh, well, witness?
I'm certain that he broke into the trunk because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain there were scratch marks from where he broke into it.
But how would you know without seeing it up close, though? You know what I'm saying?
What? Let me see that photo.
true. These certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole.
Really? Is that the truth, though? Those look like heavy scratches to me. If you know, I don't.
It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Faye, are you satisfied?
The judge is on our side. I can't make any mistakes here.
Sayden, I don't trust you.
What she just said. Is there a contradiction in there somewhere? Melissa Foster, it looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in a field taking photos of wild flowers. But even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally got her.
I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Then perhaps it would be faster if Miss Faye explained herself.
Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was... There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches.
Yes, what is it?
Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hid the body in the trunk of that car was... Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it? It's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You're asking too many questions, but what do you mean?
He stole the car. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light, which means that the key would have still been in the ignition. Oh, I see. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. That it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk. No.
Oh. What do you want, Edward? Preposterous. Ludicrous, even. To even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at that time, she was taking photographs.
Now's your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself. Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why, it's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture.
What are you trying to say then, Miss Faye? Then when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed?
Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly, she was not in the field.
Would the defense please explain further? Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? And answering that question will also make clear Miss Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer this question. Where was Miss Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? It's either in the victim or the killer's position. So I'm gonna say this, I guess. I might get this wrong. we're gonna find out.
Naturally, the witness was right here.
That's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Order, order, order. Miss Fay, what on earth?
Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim.
Oh, asinine. Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls.
You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne.
What? Never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo?
It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness.
What?
It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne.
But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted.
But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in a federal penitentiary. Yep. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore.
You're just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof?
I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open.
I'm saved. I don't trust it.
At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like.
Mr. Falls had forgotten what... Oh, wait, no. It's the note.
Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification. Namely, this muddy scarf. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear this scary.
Wear the scary.
She wear this scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? No! We caught her.
What? She fell. Get lies. Get the fuck up. We know you faking this. Where's Melissa? Where's Miss Foster?
She's collecting herself in the lobby. It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together.
The only question is, why did she do it?
Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit.
Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies.
Yes, Your Honor.
Understood. Very well, this court is in recess. Oh, we made it this far. Holy crap. Oh, hello. Wait. So let me get this straight. It's 1:14 p.m. in game. Really? Really? It's 1:14 p.m. district. What? So they were in there for 11 to 12. They were in there for 3 hours plus? Holy crap, man.
Mr. Falls, I'm sorry. I am sorry.
I want to say thanks. You're really good. You really hooked me up.
Thanks. We're almost there. Once I prove that she committed the crime.
Yeah, but there's one more big obstacle we gotta get past.
Obstacle?
Yeah. Motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policewoman anyway?
Motive, huh?
Anyway, we're still badly in need of information.
Information. Right.
What we need the most is info about this Melissa Foster herself. All we know is that she's a student studying literature. One more thing.
What is it?
Well, the incident that happened 5 years ago, of course. Kidnapping murder case that Zebra Boy is on death row for.
I didn't do nothing. I ain't kill nobody. I never lied.
Mr. Falls, in that case, tell us more about it. About what happened 5 years ago.
Okay, I trust you. That day, 5 years ago, I dream of it every day. This picture reminds me everything. Bridge looks same, just like then, 5 years ago. Like it could fall apart any minute.
So it's been broken like that for at least 5 years.
Sorry, buddy, but you sound like the one that could fall apart at any minute.
It's true, I did kidnap her. 5 years ago, I kidnapped my girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne.
Your girlfriend? Huh?
Hey, hold on there. You say Hawthorne?
Victim's last name.
Dahlia Hawthorne. Valerie's little sister.
What? Are you serious?
The girl.
Let her go.
Oh boy.
Shut up. Come closer, I kill her.
What? You threatened to kill her?
But you're not going to get the chance. The detective back then was Valerie Hawthorne.
Wow. Okay.
At first I thought shooting someone for a kidnapping was crossing the line, but it was to protect her little sister. I can understand why she did it.
Wrong. No protect sister. Valerie betrayed me. Betray us.
What do you mean she betrayed you?
Everything. All lies. All make-believe. Kidnapping too.
Make-believe kidnapping?
Dahlia, my girlfriend. My love. My teen angel.
You're what? You're what? Victim of the kidnap murder at Dusky Bridge 5 years ago. They don't even show the face. What is that hair, though?
Ugh. Did he actually say my teen angel? He's seen one too many soap operas.
I do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says.
Anything Dahlia says? Hold on a minute. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by...
Yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie too.
Valerie was in on it?
Dahlia's family rich. Jewelry business. We got one jewel. That's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote a kidnap note we sent to her dad. As for $2 million diamond, Hella make exchange on Dusky Bridge. We tell him Valerie make transfer cause she knew detective.
Having a police detective in your pocket is a useful thing, alright? In the end, you were planning on splitting the 2 million 3 ways, huh?
Yeah, but that woman. That woman, Valerie, she do it for real. She shoot me at me for real. Me and Dolly. I was shot in arm. Dolly, she jumped the river.
Jump? You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you?
I couldn't do it. Could never push her. Anyway, I blacked out. Wake up with police all over.
And that's when they decide to give you the death sentence.
Couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me.
That man, Terry Falls, he killed her. He threw her off the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into the roaring river 40 feet below.
These 5 years, all I want to know is why? Why does she lie? That's all I want to know.
That's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from Valerie herself.
Yes, but I forget what she looked like, so I tell her to wear a scarf. I want to hurt her. Just ask why. Why did you lie? Why did you betray me? I just want to hear answer come from her mouth, that's all.
So that's why you made a crazy escape like that.
Just one thing, Zebra Boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Falls, where is it?
Huh? Where's what?
Come on now, kitten. The ransom. The $2 million diamond. Remember that now? Did you give it back to Pops? Did the police take it?
I don't know.
Huh? You don't know?
No, really, I don't know. It's gone. With Dahlia.
With Dahlia?
That day on the bridge, Dahlia put it in backpack.
Bro, how many times have we seen this one scene?
Now gone with Dahlia, gone forever, into Eagle River.
You disappeared with Dahlia, huh? Wait a minute.
You can come back in now. We're about ready to go.
Mr. Falls, just one more question. When you said with Dahlia, do you mean the diamond is still missing? Along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne?
Never found her, my sweet Dahlia.
They never found her.
Swallowed by river. Gone. Dahlia, my teen angel.
Ugh. Your teen angel? How old was she anyway?
Just 14.
14? I guess you were robbing cradles before diamonds.
She plans a fake kidnapping, disappears in the river with a rock worth 2 million. Man, oh man. Angels these days.
Falls takes the fall and gets a one-way ticket to death row. Is Hawthorne an angel? Or is she really a...
It's time, kitten. Looks like we have a few more aces up our sleeves now.
You bet. $1 million gem used as ransom for Dahlia. Lost to Eagle River 5 years ago.
Oh my goodness. Training wheels come off now, Mia. You gotta strike while iron is hot. That's one of my rules. Remember it. February 16th, 1:49 p.m. District Court, courtroom lobby, or number 4. Now then, let's continue with the trial of Mr. Terry Falls. Witness, are you feeling better?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll try my best.
You're a brave young lady.
Not this again.
I can understand a defense lawyer wanting to get her client off the hook. However, to try to pin the crime on an innocent student is...
What are you talking about?
My witness is not the person on trial here. She's an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime, that's all. What possible reason would a girl like this have for murdering a policewoman? It's certainly hard to imagine this woman as a murderer.
Her motive, huh? I figure that's what I had to establish next.
Alright. Well, Miss Faye, do you have any evidence of a motive?
Yes, of course, I think.
You're still acting as tame as a kitten. Kitten.
Mr. Armando?
Listen, a lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted in knots is the mark of a pro.
Maybe so, but I wish you would quit grinning at me like that. Excuse me, may I speak, Mr. Judge?
Of course! Mr. Judge is all ready anytime you like.
I'd like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why. I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know that it's not true.
I see. You're such an honest and upstanding young lady. Sure. Looks like this witness is a real professional.
What do you mean?
Look at that 100-watt smile. Just when things are darkest for her. Click. She lights right up. Very well then. Let's hear what the witness has to say. I want to hear this witness. This witness fucking know that she's the problem.
I was out of the country until the year before last. Until I entered college, I had ever been to Eagle Mountain before. And I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago. Or kidnapping a poor girl. I just think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster.
Out of the country, huh? Precisely. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing murder. Indeed. You're up to bat, kitten. Sharpen those claws and put on your best smile.
You bet. Somehow, I have to tie her to this case.
I'm gonna have to press a lot.
So, what country were you living in then? We were all living abroad, but after my parents were killed...
It was a brutal civil war. She had to try to make her way back home alone.
I lost everything. I didn't even have any personal identification. What kind of sob story is this? Good you. Should I press her for details? Witness, answer my question. I'll even repeat it for you. What country were you in?
Your Honor, this line of questioning is childish. What country she was in, and how many languages she may speak are irrelevant here. What we're here to evaluate is whether this witness has any connection to this case.
I've lived abroad ever since I was a little girl. That's why I could never have known Mr. Falls or Detective Hawthorne.
Yes, I think we've established that point. Yes, indeed. Well then, shall we add what you've just stated to the official testimony?
Yes, please, Mr. Judge.
Naturally, I didn't know either the victim or the defendant.
You didn't know either person? Are you certain of that? Yes, I'm afraid I'm rather shy around people.
Oh well, that can't be helped.
Why is he just agreeing with everything that comes out of her mouth?
First time you saw either of them was when they were on the bridge, correct?
Yes, it really was a coincidence. So what made you decide to go to Eagle Mountain anyway? Just love being outdoors. Picnics, hiking, you know, that sort of thing. You don't look like much of a hiker to me, but you do look like a digger of sorts.
That's so wild. Oh my god.
But Eagle Mountain is a 2-hour drive from here, and no train run through there. Nope, no trains run through there. There are plenty of mountains that are closer and easier to get to. Well, I went there once with the college hiking club and fell in love with its stark, desolate beauty and its cold yet romantic gloominess. Didn't know you were such a goth. By the way, what's the name of your college?
The prosecution objects to any questions that involve the witness's private life. All that matters is that she is a material witness to a crime. The witness doesn't need to respond to questions that are clearly malicious in intent.
She's really gone too far.
Miss Faye, you're treading on thin ice here.
I hardly said anything. Talk about sensitive. Perhaps, but your behavior that day was very suspicious. Not only have you contradicted yourself here in court, but you know know things you shouldn't. For example, the scratches on the trunk of the car. That's...
Man, get the fuck out of here, Edgeworth. Unfortunately, Miss Faye, your last statement proves nothing.
Oh, really? And why is that?
The witness came to the police station once to identify the suspect. It's entirely possible that, at the time, an officer showed her this photo. It seems like a rather serious mistake. That's the oldest trick in the prosecutor's book.
That's not fair. That wicked inmate. I'll never be able to forget that horrible day. A grudge? Well, the policewoman's testimony was crucial, wasn't it? Crucial in getting the defendant sentenced to death.
Yes, and that's precisely why he harbored such deep anger against her. So much anger that he forgot his own guilt.
My client has always maintained that he's innocent of those charges. He seems rather forgetful. Your client, I mean. Not only did he forget about what he did, but he forgot the poor policewoman as well. What do you mean by that? Your client? He forgot what the detective looked like, right? It's too bad for her that he didn't forget about her testimony as well.
Well, she's right about that. Mr. Falls is kind of forgetful.
You said he forgot what the detective looked like. What did you mean by that? Well, he couldn't tell who she was without some kind of identification, right?
Quite right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf as identification.
Why, if I had been wearing a white scarf that day, then he probably would have tried to kill me.
That's true. He's clearly a bitter man.
This is bad. Mr. Fall's reputation just keeps getting worse and worse. Sometimes it's best not to poke too deep. What should I do with that last statement? Your Honor, what the witness said just now was tremendously important. I'd like it added to the official testimony.
The prosecution has no objection. After all, the defendant is a killer and a mentally unbalanced one at that. That testimony only helps to further prove that point.
No, that's not why I...
Enough, witness, if you would.
My pleasure, Mr. Judge.
How did you know it was a white scarf, though?
How did you know, though? What do you mean by lucky? Well, it's February now. Everyone is wearing scarves. I had accidentally worn a white scarf like he said.
Then you yourself might have been killed. That would have been a terrible loss for this world. Looks like you pressed too hard this time, kitten.
Mr. Armando,
Keep looking around you and you're going to lose sight of the finish line. Justice is blind, but she's not deaf. Sometimes you have to know when not to talk.
I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. You knew about that incident, but weren't you out of the country until the year before last? Well, I saw a report about the escaped convict on the news. They had an in-depth report about his whole history.
So you were still living abroad 5 years ago, is that right?
Yes. I can't let her get away with these lies.
Listen to me, she's neck deep in this whole thing. Somehow you're just going to have to get her to show the court her true self. I'm just gonna press here. Let's see. Oh, whoops. I already pressed her. Sorry. Didn't know either the victim or defendant Until I entered college, I had never been to Eagle Mountain before. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. Hmm. Witness, I want you to look at this photo you took. It's hard to see in the photo, but look at the scarf the victim wore as identification. Ah, you were talking about this scarf right here, huh? Yes, that's it. The scarf the policewoman was wearing. I've got her now. Just don't mess up. But that's strange. In your testimony, you stated the following. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. White? This is the scarf you identified as belonging to the victim. But it certainly doesn't look white to me. Oh. Well, it was foggy that day, and it was raining as well. It's not surprising that she mistook it for white. Sorry, but not this time. The witness just confirmed that this was the victim's scarf. Yes, but what's the significance? It's true that the scarf doesn't look white, but there's only one explanation for this mix-up. The reason why the witness thought the scarf was white is... Oh, this is silly. Come on now. Witness, have you ever seen this note? No, no, never. It's top secret evidence. There's no reason that you would have. I wonder about that. What do you mean? This note shows Mr. Fall's instructions to the victim regarding their meeting. It says, wear white scarf for identification. White scarf? Ah! Ooh! Got him! Witness, you knew what this note said, and it's because you knew that you slipped up and mistakenly said white scarf. Well, Miss Foster? No! Oh, let's go! Oh, let's go! Order. Order! Order! Mr. Edgeworth, I'm waiting for an explanation. I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public. And yet, this witness knew exactly what the note said. At the time of the murder, the number of people that knew were quite limited. Terry Falls is one, the person who wrote the note, Valerie Hawthorne is another, and finally, one more person. Did you say one more person? That's right, a person that no one would have suspected. Have you figured it out, kitten? Yep. The third person that knew the contents of the note was... That person is Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? I've never heard that name before. Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. There is her name right there. What's this? So who's this person? This Dahlia Hawthorne? Miss Faye must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life. The dead? Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago. Killed in a crime? You don't mean? Yes, she was kidnapped. And killed by Terry Falls.
You said she was killed, but was she really?
What are you implying?
Of course, people thought she had died 5 years ago, when she fell off of the Dusky Bridge and was lost to the Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found.
She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead.
But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old 5 years ago. If she were still alive, she would be 19 now. Melissa Foster, I believe that's the same age you are.
Even you couldn't. Miss Faye, you're not saying.
But I am. That's precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is a girl. That girl, is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. This girl is in fact Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
What? Nice work. It was like tossing a grenade in a 3-alarm fire. But unless you can tie all the loose ends together, you're nothing but a hit-and-run arsonist.
I understand. If I can expose her true nature, I can turn this whole case on its head. That was my chance to make Mr. Edgeworth squirm.
Witness, just who are you anyway?
I'm...
I didn't think it'd come to this.
That's enough.
You don't have to say any more, witness.
Yes, I understand.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, explain yourself! Your Honor, I have an admission to make. I'd honestly never thought the defense would pursue the matter this far. You don't mean... Yes, the prosecutor's office isn't filled with fools, you know. Naturally, we conduct full background checks on all of our witnesses.
What did he say?
Looks like the kid knew. He knew our true identity from the get-go.
No way. But then why?
You hadn't revealed her secret. He wasn't going to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so we made a little trade. Let me introduce you to the victim's younger sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. What? I thought she died 5 years ago. We thought so as well, but, well, as you can see.
Why? Why did she hide her identity for 5 years?
That has nothing to do with the current case. She was merely an accidental witness to a crime. Sure, she was.
Accidental? I don't believe that for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of victim. And now we find her acting suspiciously at the scene of another murder.
Really, Miss Faye, I must say your strategy here is painfully obvious. You're trying to pin your client's crime on an innocent witness in order to win. At any cost.
How dare you?
Please, let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne's lost something more precious. Her big sister. Miss Faye must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her.
What?
I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Miss Faye, do you have any evidence to back up your assertion? What possible reason would this witness have for killing her beloved sister?
Well, you see, I thought I was winning. Somehow he's turned it around on me.
I think you need a little push in the right direction, kitten. The defense is prepared to present evidence supporting our claim.
That wasn't me. It was this guy, this crazy coffee addict.
I think we've heard enough empty threats from you, old man. What makes you think they're empty, boy? Because your protege looks like she's sweating bullets.
I am sweating bullets?
You think you're in a tough spot, huh?
of course, aren't I?
No. You just arrived at the moment of truth, that's all. Oh, shit. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you.
Up to me?
The rashness of youth. How charming.
This coming from someone younger than me.
Now then, let's not waste any more time. Miss Faye? What motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne? What is this? Is this the defense's idea of a joke? If so, I certainly don't get the punchline. Well, Miss Faye?
Oh, that was the rashness of youth.
The rashness of youth? And what is your point in furthering such a stereotype? Witness stayed hidden for 5 years, kitten. There must be a good reason for that. And somehow it must involve Valerie Hawthorne.
Okay, one more time, Mia. You gotta read the court record more carefully this time.
There we go. That letter. Alright, hold on. I'll do this. The rashness of youth got to me, man. Apparently.
The story starts after Terry Falls escaped. He called Valerie and told her he wanted to meet. This is the note she left. It says, "Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out." Valerie Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her she was going to reveal the world the whole truth.
The whole truth?
There was a dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason Dahlia felt she had to kill Valerie, to keep her mouth shut permanently.
A terrific story, Miss Faye. If you like fiction, that is. Okay, so they didn't change the names. Lighten the court, Miss Faye. What was the secret that was so important? Where's your evidence? Dahlia and Valerie Hawthorne and Terry Falls. There's only one important secret that connects them all.
Yes, I know this secret. Your Honor, the defense would like to request further testimony.
What testimony?
Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago. We believe it will explain a lot of things, such as the nature of the important secret between the Hawthorne sisters.
Very well. I'll grant your request for the further testimony. I know it'll be painful for you, but you can enlighten us once more, my little maple leaf. Ew! Yes.
Yes, I'll try, Mr. Judge. Putting on the old charm one more time, Dahlia.
Alright, so I'm actually gonna have to cut it short here. Oh, jeez. It was a good session, though, I have to admit. Got this far in just a little bit of time. No, I'm sorry, Keto. I actually gotta stop here. I would like to continue a lot more, but yeah, I appreciate it. Let me see who's up right now. Oh, jeez. Let me take a look. Does this work? I am gonna raid into Maddie Ice, who's speedrunning 10-2. If I have more time on Saturday after, Pokemon, I will continue on with Ace Attorney stuff, potentially. Anyways, thanks, Keto. Thanks, Evelyn. Thanks, Coolix. Thanks, Sir Jack, Jerica, as well as other lurkers. I appreciate it. Please take care. Have a good day. I'll see you soon.